Welcome to the Bare Metal Cyber CISSP Prepcast. This series helps you prepare for the ISC Squared CISSP exam with focused explanations and practical context. In this episode, we are going to explore the role of continuous monitoring and feedback loops in cybersecurity. These two practices are essential for ensuring that an organization maintains a strong and adaptive security posture. Continuous monitoring allows security teams to keep a real-time watch on systems, networks, and controls, while feedback loops turn the outcomes of monitoring and incident response into actionable improvements. When used together, these practices create a cycle of visibility, detection, action, and refinement that strengthens cybersecurity over time. If you are preparing for the Certified Information Systems Security Professional exam, you need to understand both how continuous monitoring works and how feedback loops help drive continuous improvement. Let us start with a clear understanding of continuous monitoring. In cybersecurity, continuous monitoring refers to the practice of observing and assessing systems and controls on an ongoing basis. This includes monitoring network traffic, user activity, configuration changes, vulnerability scans, and the status of security controls. The purpose is to detect anomalies, policy violations, or potential threats as they happen, not hours or days later. Unlike traditional periodic assessments, which might happen once a month or once a quarter, continuous monitoring is ongoing. It is designed to give security professionals up-to-the-minute visibility into what is happening across their environment. This visibility allows for rapid response to incidents, minimizes the impact of attacks, and ensures that the organization stays in compliance with regulatory requirements. Effective continuous monitoring relies on a combination of tools, data sources, and clearly defined objectives. The tools may include security information and event management systems, also known as SIEM, endpoint detection and response tools, network intrusion detection systems, vulnerability scanners, and cloud monitoring platforms. These tools collect data, analyze it in real time, and alert administrators to anything suspicious. The objectives of monitoring must be aligned with the organization's specific risk profile and compliance obligations. For example, an organization handling healthcare data may focus heavily on monitoring access to patient records. A financial institution may monitor for unauthorized transactions or fraud indicators. The scope of monitoring should include all critical systems, and the data sources should be chosen to support both technical detection and compliance reporting. The benefits of continuous monitoring are significant. It enables faster detection of threats, quicker response to incidents, and better assurance of regulatory compliance. It provides stakeholders with real-time visibility into the organization's cybersecurity posture, and it supports better decision-making by providing accurate, timely information about risks and vulnerabilities. Let us now turn to how to implement an effective continuous monitoring program. The first step is to clearly define your monitoring objectives. What are you trying to detect? Which systems need to be monitored? What data sources are required? This definition ensures that the monitoring program is focused, efficient, and aligned with business needs. Next, select and configure your monitoring tools. These tools must be able to collect data from endpoints, servers, network devices, applications, and cloud services. They should be able to integrate with each other and correlate data across multiple sources. They should support real-time alerting and provide dashboards or reports that support quick analysis and decision-making. Integration is key. Combine data from threat intelligence feeds, vulnerability scans, and compliance checks. This integrated view allows analysts to see the full picture, not just isolated events. For example, a single failed login attempt might not be cause for concern, but when combined with threat intelligence indicating a known attack pattern, it may trigger an alert. Automated alerting is essential. Security teams cannot manually review all the data generated by continuous monitoring. Set up rules to detect abnormal behavior, known indicators of compromise, or policy violations. Use real-time analytics and machine learning to identify patterns that may not be obvious through traditional methods. Finally, review and refine your monitoring practices regularly. Threats evolve, technology changes, new regulations emerge. Continuous monitoring must be flexible and adaptable. Conduct regular assessments of your monitoring effectiveness. Tune your alert rules, update your data sources, and always align your efforts with current risk priorities and compliance goals. Now let us discuss feedback loops. A feedback loop is a structured process for capturing, analyzing, and applying the outcomes of monitoring, incident response, and security assessments. The goal is to turn observations into improvements. In a strong feedback loop, lessons learned from one incident are used to prevent the next one. Monitoring data is not just stored. It is studied, discussed, and used to refine processes and control. Feedback loops are vital because no monitoring system is perfect. Even the best tools miss things. Even the best teams make mistakes. Feedback loops provide a way to learn from experience, correct errors, and adapt to changing conditions. They support continuous improvement in both technical controls and human processes. An effective feedback loop begins with data collection. This includes monitoring alerts, incident reports, root cause analyses, and assessment findings. All of this information is analyzed to identify trends, weaknesses, and opportunities for improvement. Next, feedback must be documented. This means writing down what happened, why it happened, and what should be done differently in the future. Documentation supports accountability and allows for tracking of progress over time. Feedback insights should be shared with the relevant teams, whether that is the incident response team, the compliance office, the help desk, or senior leadership. Most importantly, feedback must lead to action. This could mean updating firewall rules, modifying training content, patching a system, or changing a policy. The value of a feedback loop is not in the data, it is in what is done with it. Feedback that is not acted upon is just noise. For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyberauthor.me. Also, there are other podcasts on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. Let us now talk about creating effective feedback loops. Start by establishing clear processes for how feedback will be gathered, analyzed, and communicated. Define who is responsible for each step and what tools or documentation methods will be used. Conduct regular review sessions. These might include post-incident reviews, security operations meetings, or compliance debriefs. The goal is to discuss what worked, what did not, and what needs to change. These discussions should be structured, consistent, and inclusive of all relevant stakeholders. Document your findings. Create records of the issues discovered, the root causes, the decisions made, and the actions taken. Use this documentation to build a knowledge base that can be referenced in future incidents or audits. Make sure feedback reaches the right people. Information about a system misconfiguration needs to go to the system administrator. A missed alert needs to go to the analyst. A breakdown in response coordination may require leadership intervention. Tailor your communication so that it leads to understanding and action. Train your teams on the importance of feedback. Everyone must see feedback as a tool for improvement, not blame. When feedback is viewed positively, participation increases and learning accelerates. Let us now explore the security controls that support monitoring and feedback. Start with strong logging and monitoring tools. These systems form the foundation of your visibility and your data collection. Make sure they are configured properly, that data is stored securely, and that alert rules are tuned for your environment. Use centralized platforms for managing both monitoring and feedback. These platforms should allow for secure storage, easy access, and comprehensive analysis. They should support collaboration, historical reporting, and compliance documentation. Conduct regular vulnerability assessments, penetration tests, and configuration audits. These activities generate valuable insights that can feed your monitoring and feedback programs. Use the results not just to fix problems, but to improve your detection and prevention capabilities. Ensure that sensitive data, such as monitoring logs, incident reports, and feedback records, is protected. Apply encryption, access controls, and audit trails. These records are often reviewed during investigations, audits, and compliance reviews, and their integrity is essential. Maintain historical data. Long-term records allow you to identify trends, demonstrate progress, and verify that past problems have been resolved. They also support compliance efforts and help justify security investments. Finally, let us emphasize continuous improvement. Continuous monitoring and feedback loops are not one-time tasks. They are ongoing disciplines that must evolve alongside your organization. Review your processes regularly. Use insights from past incidents, new threats, and team feedback to improve. Make sure all departments participate. Security does not operate in isolation. Your monitoring and feedback efforts must include collaboration across IT, legal, compliance, human resources, and senior leadership. Provide ongoing training. As tools evolve and threats change, your teams must stay current. Offer refreshers, tabletop exercises, and knowledge sharing to keep skills sharp and minds alert. Thank you for tuning into the CISSP Prepcast by Bare Metal Cyber. Visit baremetalcyber.com for additional episodes, comprehensive CISSP study resources, and personalized certification support. Strengthen your understanding of continuous monitoring and feedback loops, and we'll consistently support your journey towards CISSP certification success.